The day the Black Ant Queen began eating sugar marked the beginning of a great war. After tasting the sweet crystals, something extraordinary happened. Her ability to lay eggs increased dramatically. The other ants could hardly believe their eyes. Within a short time, the eggs hatched, and thousands of new ants were born. As a result, the Black Ant Kingdom became far stronger than ever before. However, a red ant spy secretly witnessed everything and immediately rushed back to report it to the Red Ant Queen. As soon as she learned about the Black Ant's rapidly growing army, she began preparing her soldiers for war. Meanwhile, the Black Ants had no idea that danger was heading straight toward them. The very next morning, a thunderous noise shattered their peaceful sleep. When they rushed outside, they were horrified to see an enormous red ant army marching into their territory. Armed with terrifying weapons, the red ants quickly surrounded the entire colony. It looked as if they had come with only one goal: to wipe out the Black Ants completely. At the command of the Red Ant General, massive rocks were launched at the Black Ant Fortress. Arrows rained down from above, crashing into the colony. Seeing the attack, the Black Ant General immediately ordered a counterattack. The Black Ants began dropping cotton ball bombs from the top of the walls to stop the enemy from climbing over them. They also threw large medicine tablets down onto the attackers in an attempt to slow their advance. But the Red Ants refused to give up. Suddenly, a huge iron cannonball smashed through the fortress wall, sending fear through the Black Ant colony. Terrified, the Black Ant General asked the Queen for permission to use their most powerful secret weapon. As soon as she approved, the ants brought out their hidden arsenal, children's toy bombs. They quickly lit the fuses with burning matches and hurled the bombs at the enemy. The explosions devastated the Red Ant army, killing thousands of soldiers in an instant. Furious after seeing their comrades fall, the Red Ants launched an even more powerful assault on the fortress walls. Their relentless attacks began to break the Black Ant's spirit. Some frightened ants even started fleeing in panic. Just then, one clever little insect remembered a secret weapon hidden deep inside the forest. It immediately informed the Black Ant General, who quickly folded a paper airplane and placed the tiny insect on top of it. The brave messenger was sent flying to retrieve the hidden weapon. The red ants tried to shoot it down with poisonous insecticide spray, but by sheer luck, it survived. Moments later, just before the paper airplane crashed into the ground, the tiny insect leaped into the air and continued its mission. Now, the Black Ants had only one hope left to save their kingdom. They could only pray. The Black Ant Queen had one unique ability. The more she ate, the more eggs she could lay. The future of the entire kingdom depended on her ability to produce new ants. Because of this, the soldier ants decided they needed to find more food for their queen. 2 days earlier, a group of black ants had ventured out in search of food. While exploring, their captain discovered a small metal container. Curious, the ants managed to open it and found dozens of strange little white cubes inside. The captain tasted one piece and instantly realized he had never eaten anything so delicious and sweet before. Overjoyed, he danced with excitement and quickly called the rest of the ants over. The colony decided that, no matter what, they had to bring this sweet treasure back home. Working together, the ants began pulling the heavy container. But suddenly, disaster struck. The container slipped from their grasp and crashed to the ground, scattering sugar everywhere. At that very moment, a hungry lizard heard the noise and came rushing over, hoping to feast on the ants. Terrified, the tiny insects hid behind the piles of sugar. Just as the lizard was about to attack, a series of terrifying noises echoed from inside the metal container. The frightened reptile became convinced that a ghost was trapped inside. Panicking, it turned around and ran away as fast as it could. In reality, one clever little bug hiding inside the container had created those scary sounds to save the ants. Thanks to its quick thinking, every ant escaped unharmed. After the danger passed, the ants gathered the spilled sugar and continued their journey. Before long, another obstacle appeared. A large group of red ants blocked their path. The black ant captain immediately realized that the red ants wanted a share of the treasure. Trying to avoid conflict, he generously offered them one piece of sugar, but the greedy red ants refused. "We want the entire treasure," they demanded. Without warning, they charged toward the black ants. The black ants ran at full speed, but the red ants chased them relentlessly. Then the captain came up with a brilliant idea. He ordered all the ants to climb onto the metal container, turning it into a makeshift skateboard. The container began rolling rapidly downhill all by itself, carrying the black ants safely away. Still, the red ants refused to quit. Spotting an empty soft drink can nearby, they all climbed inside and used it like a giant rolling wheel to continue the chase. The pursuit continued until both the metal container and the can rolled straight into a stream of water. Taking advantage of the confusion, the black ants quickly rescued the sugar and safely returned home. When they finally presented the sweet treasure to their queen, she devoured the sugar and immediately laid an unbelievable number of eggs. Soon, thousands of new ants filled the colony, and the entire Black Ant Kingdom erupted in celebration, unaware that this miraculous gift would soon ignite the greatest war they had ever faced.